Hello students, today we are going to study our first chapter from geography, that is environment. As we all know that the word environment comes from the French word environment, which means to surround. Therefore, the environment means everything such as human beings, plants, animals, land, water and air which surround us. Our environment can be classified into two broad categories. What are those broad two categories? That is natural environment and human made environment. So remember these two broad categories, that is natural environment and human made environment. Now firstly we will classify about the natural environment. Natural environment includes a large number of living things such as animals and microbial organisms. Natural environment comprises physical and the biological elements of earth. Physical environment includes non-living or abiotic components such as land, air, water. Biological, that is living, that is we call it biotic, such as humans, plants, animals and microbial organisms, as I have also told you. They together made up the four domains or the realms of earth, that is lithosphere, that is land. After that is hydrosphere. Hydrosphere is of water, atmosphere is air, and where the three domains, hydrosphere, lithosphere and atmosphere meets, it forms biosphere, and biosphere is the only sphere where the life is possible. So go back to the lithosphere, we'll have a discussion over it. The uppermost layer, solid layer of earth is called lithosphere, on which we live. It consists of rock materials and soil. It includes what it includes? Yes, can anyone recognize what it includes? All the minerals and all the resources are found in the lithosphere. Where we live, we can build our houses only in the lithosphere, only on the lithosphere, right? Are you understanding it? These landforms can be found on land surfaces such as on the land as well as in the ocean floors. Now we are moving to the hydrosphere. Water on earth is found in all the three solid forms: glaciers, liquid water bodies and underground water bodies, and water vapors in the atmosphere. They constitute the hydrosphere. Water remains in the continuous circulation in the earth atmosphere system. This is known as water cycle. We will also study about this in the 7th chapter. Hydrosphere is important to us because of the following reasons. What are the following reasons? What are the reasons of it? It supports all the forms of life on earth. It is used for the domestic, agricultural and industrial purposes. It provides us the food and minerals. It moderates the climate of the coastal areas. It also serves as an international trade routes. Let me explain you again what I have told you. It supports all forms of life. The hydrosphere supports all forms of life. It provides water to plants, animals, human beings, through which we are living today. It is used for the domestic and agriculture purposes as well, for the food and minerals as well. It also moderates the climate. As you see the rain, when it is a hot summer, we can that expected rain to moderate the temperature, and it also serves as an international trade route as we go from one place to another through ships. Now move on to the atmosphere. Atmosphere is a mixture of gases that supports the earth is called atmosphere. The most abundant gas found in the atmosphere is nitrogen. The 78% is nitrogen and oxygen is 21%. Here is a very brief description. So what I am telling you is, remember that here is a very brief description, but listen to it. The remaining gases, like oxygen is 21%, Nitrogen is 78%, oxygen is 21%, and 1% consists of other gases. The remaining gases such as carbon dioxide, ozone, hydrogen, helium constitute only the 1% of atmosphere. The gravitational pull of Earth holds the atmosphere around it. The change in the atmosphere causes changes in the weather and climate. Got it? The atmosphere is important to us. The atmosphere is important to us due to the reasons. Note it down. Nitrogen is essential to maintain the fertility of soil. Nitrogen, what it helps? It is essential to maintain the fertility of soil. Oxygen is necessary for the survival of human beings. Carbon dioxide is necessary for the survival of plants. And ozone protects us from the ultraviolet rays of sun. It's the sun. When the ultraviolet rays comes to Earth, it just put them back in the atmosphere again. So it also protects us from the ultraviolet rays of sun. Now the biosphere, the narrow zone where the lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere meet. It's a definition, the narrow zone where the lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere meets and interact is called biosphere. The word biosphere comes from the Greek word bios, meaning the life, and the Latin word sphera, meaning the total range. Living beings ranging from the microscopic organism to the huge animals. From the microscopic to huge animals, plants, human beings exist only in the biosphere. The great variety of life on earth is called biodiversity. So here it has not been given. So note it down. What is biodiversity? The great variety of life on earth is called biodiversity. Okay? I hope so this is clear to you. Now we are moving to our next topic, that is ecosystem. It's a very important topic. What is ecosystem? So this is ecosystem, and remember that this topic will be helpful to you till the higher classes. So what is ecosystem? The relationship between the living organism, and the relationship of living organism with the surrounding. Listen it very carefully. The relationship between living organism and the relationship of living organism with the surrounding. Are you understanding? The relationship between living organism and the relationship of living organism with the surrounding is referred to as ecosystem. Got it? All the living beings, plants, animals and human beings are interdependent on each other. They also depend on their immediate surroundings. Right? So they form an ecosystem. The size of ecosystem varies greatly. It can be of small in the pond and largest forest. Most of the ecosystems are complex. They contain thousands of interacting species. Right? There are many ecosystems, like pond is a very small ecosystem, and if we compare it to the forest, it's a big ecosystem. Right? Now the next is the human environment. Human environment is formed by humans themselves. It includes their creation, activities, conditions, social, economic, political things. Early human beings used to live in the natural environment and had adapted themselves to their surroundings. They led a simple lives and their needs were limited. With the passage of time, as the time passed, the needs of humans increased, and in order to fulfill their needs, they started practicing various activities like farming, grazing, mining, construction, etc. Through these activities, humans have exploited and misused the environment. Because of these things, human beings have exploited the environment through these activities, and to such an extent that they have disturbed the natural balance. The human beings have disturbed the natural balance of the environment. They have disturbed through pollution, through deforestation. They have disturbed the environment. Deforestation has increased the amount of carbon dioxide in air, which in turn has led to the global warming. We will also study about what is global warming. Nature has its own means of restoring losses, but urbanization, overpopulation, industrialization have caused environmental pollution to such an extent that its repairs is getting beyond the power of nature. Today, the world is facing serious environmental problems. Today, what the environment is facing, the serious environmental problems, scientists are working very hard to find the solutions. And as being a responsible citizen, we should also take care of the environment. So we can also have a look over this, that what the human beings have done, that is pollution, deforestation, and the global warming is the main reason behind it. What is global warming? Global warming Global warming is increasing in the Earth's temperature due to the effect of greenhouse gases. When the greenhouse gases increase, as we have also seen in the class, I hope so that if you remember about the AQI, we have seen what is air quality index. We have seen a map over it also. Okay, if you don't know about it, if you are watching this video, you can contact me. I'll also show you about it. So we have seen about the pollution levels around the world, what the people are doing, what the industrialization is causing the problems. We have discussed it in the class also. Okay, so what we are doing is we are discussing here about the melting of glaciers, due to which the level of water is also increasing. That's also becoming the humans are had affected the environment, through which it's very necessary for us to maintain a balance between a perturbed environment, and we have to build a sustainable environment. What is sustainable environment? What is sustainable environment? Keeping the balance with the nature for the future. Okay, it means do the development, but without harming the environment is known as sustainable development. Okay, so that was a chapter. We will see you in the next chapter. Thank you everyone.